Good evening, everyone. We are live on Facebook for tonight's presentation of creating resolutions you can keep. I'm super excited to be here, and I want to introduce to you our wonderful coaches that are here that are part of our team tonight. This presentation was put together by a whole big group of coaches. So if you are seeing this shared on someone else's wall, they were probably part of putting this together, but we only have so much space to have everybody come and present. So if you're seeing this and you're liking what you're hearing, please reach back to the person that has shared this with you, and get in contact with them because they can definitely help you. My name is Leslie Zwick. I am a certified coach. I have been coaching for 3.5 years. I personally lost 75 pounds on the program that we coach and I hit my goal about 3 years ago and have kept it off since. And I'm excited to introduce to you the rest of this amazing team tonight, who is going to be presenting. If you guys want to go through and introduce yourselves real quickly.
Hi, my name's Elizabeth Fleckenstein. I've been coaching for 7 months now. I started my journey 8 months ago and I've lost 66 pounds on this journey.
Hi, I'm Karen Goldfarb, and I have been a certified coach for 2.5 years. I have lost to date 115 pounds on this program, and I have kept that off for over almost 3 years.
Hi, everyone. I'm certified coach Hannah Lazevnik, and I have been a certified coach for 1.5 years. I'm proud to say that, and I lost 90 pounds. And I've been able to keep this off and maintain it for over 9.5 years now. Super excited about that.
Hi, good evening. My name is Shannon McIntosh. I'm a coach. I've been on the program for about 7.5 months. I've lost 80 pounds, and I've been a coach for about 2 months.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys. This is our team for tonight, and we have some awesome shares as well, some client shares that you will get to meet them as we move on. I'm going to share my screen with you guys. So tonight we are talking about creating resolutions that you can keep, which is how we started this, which is really, really a powerful thing to think about right now. So many of us create New Year's resolutions starting January 1. We say, January 1, I'm going to do X. I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to get my finances in check. I'm going to start working harder at school. I'm going to. And if you are one of those people that has said, I'm going to, but haven't in the past, please comment below. Let us know that you've struggled with this, because I know that's something that I've struggled with. And actually, research shows that 80% of the people that make a New Year's resolution have given up on it by February. 1/3 of them had quit or given up on them by the middle of January. So it's really powerful to think about and to know that the chances of actually continuing your New Year's resolution, if you don't take it under control, and if you don't gain some skills and use some real tools, the chances of staying with that New Year's resolution, or with any resolution, whether it's a New Year's or any time of the year, whenever you create that resolution, is very unlikely. It takes 66 days on average to create a new habit. And that's what we're trying to do when we're creating resolutions. So tonight, our goal is to give you some tools, some tips on how to do this. We have an amazing ebook that you will be able to download at the end of this presentation, that will walk you through step by step how to do exactly what we're doing. It has worksheets in it that you can fill out, and it's going to be a great tool for you. We also are going to be building a community for people, because we know that community is key in being able to maintain and to fulfill your resolutions, is having other people helping you along that journey. So we are going to be announcing at the end how you can become part of that amazing community that we are building. So I'd like to introduce to you Karen Goldfarb and Shannon McIntosh and Elizabeth Fleckenstein, who are going to be talking to you right now about the three powers that can change your life.
Okay, hi everyone. So I am going to talk to you about the 3 powers that can change your life and how you can use those. I'm going to start, and then Shannon's going to give you some more information. So all 3 of these powers are super important when it comes to reaching your goals in all areas of your life, no matter what type of goal, what area of your life you're trying to achieve certain things with. So one of the most powerful strategies that we teach and utilize with our clients can be used with all 3 of these powers. And that is the concept of stop, challenge, and choose. So what this is that when you are faced with a situation or a temptation that is working against the goal that you're working towards, that you're trying to achieve, you do this simple task. The first step is to stop, and that is just simply being aware and recognizing that there's a challenge that you're facing. Once you've recognized that, you challenge yourself by asking, will doing this or not doing this, depending on what the temptation is, help me to move forward, and is it going to assist me in reaching those goals that I'm trying to reach? And then you make a choice. That's the third step, is to choose. You can choose to do it, to not do whatever that temptation is, or you can choose to do it. But whatever choice you make, you've made a mindful choice. You've done it by thinking it through first, and you're okay with the result, whatever that is. So being mindful and making conscious decisions is super important to help you move forward. So the first power that I'm going to talk to you about is willpower. And willpower is the ability to resist short-term temptations in order to meet long-term goals. This can happen in 3 different ways. 1, you can skip something. So for instance, if your goal is that you're trying to lose weight, you might skip having that slice of cake for dessert. And that is using your willpower to do that. The second kind of willpower is delay, where say your goal centers around creating a budget and saving money. And you see something that you really want to buy, but it doesn't fit the budget that you have set for yourself. So you're going to give yourself a cooling off period, kind of like that challenge period where you delay. You can go through the stop, challenge, and choose that I was just thinking about, where you delay buying it to make sure that that's really something that you want to do, and is that going to help you reach your goal. The third type of willpower is taking positive action. So if you've just decided that you want to get stronger, and one way you're doing that is by going to the gym, you would take positive action by going ahead and working out, even on that day when you really don't feel like doing it. But whenever you're using willpower, and actually any of these types of powers, tapping into your community for support is super important, because that helps you to stay accountable. It helps keep you focused, and it makes it easier to keep that willpower going, because willpower does not last forever. You have a limited supply of willpower, and it will run out. So by its nature, willpower comes and goes. But so you need other strategies, and you need to use the other powers that we're getting ready to talk about to help keep you on track and help moving you forward to reach those goals you're trying to reach.
Thank you. I think that's a great segue, and I'd like to talk about what power. And this whole building a better me is basically the foundation. So if we think about our foundation, we need a strong foundation, and that is what power is. We're talking specifics. And we know that the what power is like the concrete, is the foundation of why do you want to make these changes, whatever those changes are. We know that the top 3 things that people usually want to change now and going into 2020 have to do with money, with time and quality, and with health. And so we can all say, just as all these things, I have the willpower to save, or I have the willpower to work out, or I have the willpower to eat better. But what is the power that really solidifies those specifics? So we need to think about those specifics. And that power of what builds this strong foundation. So let's think about 3 things that we typically might want to change in 2020. So money. You would have to say something like, I want to take a cruise in November 2020. I'm going to save and have a plan. That's my what. Or you can say time. I want to spend quality time with family or friends, so I'm going to host and have at least one Sunday dinner a month, every month in 2020. I'm not going to worry about how clean my house is. I'm just going to put myself out there and I'm going to plan and I'm going to do this. Or you're going to say, I'm going to fit into my skinny jeans in 2020. Or I'm going to buy a new dress for that wedding I'm going to in May of 2020. We have to specify and give the what the power to get us through when we're pairing these three powers together as we move into 2020. And again, it is about community, and it is about finding a buddy, a partner, a community to help you to build this strong what and willpower foundation that always work into the why power.
Well, that sounds really good. We have a willpower and a what power. Now let's talk about the why. The why is something that really is dear to my heart because it took me a long time to figure out my why. Why is that deep-seated reason that you're going to make the choices that you do in your stop, challenge, and choose. You're going to decide, is what I'm being challenged with in life right now, is it worth, or is it serving, I should say, my why? When I make a example of you decide you want, for the rest of the year, you want to come home for dinner every night. You want to be home from work every night for dinner. Well, that's a wonderful what. You want to be home every night at 6 p.m. or at 5 p.m., whatever time it is. But then you have to decide why. The obvious reason might be, my wife asked me to. Then we ask ourselves another time, well, why is that important? And then you answer that question. And then you answer that again. And you answer it till you've answered it 7 times, why whatever came before it is true. And you will come to a deeper seated why. You'll come to the gut reason why you're doing this. And it might be to become a better father or a better mother and have a better relationship with your children because you'll be there for their meal. That's just an example of a why, and a powerful why, because it's deep seated in your gut. And when you use this in combination with stop, challenge, and choose, you bring it up to yourself every time you have a challenge. Your challenge, is this serving me, and will it serve me to get to my goal? Okay, will it serve my why? And again, I want to bring up community, because if you tell someone your why, it gives it so much more power, because they can help you and remind you, but you wanted to do this for a bigger reason than just, Sally said, I want you home for dinner. This is for your kids. This is for you. You told me that. That helps solidify that why for you and make it even stronger. And that wraps up the 3 powers that we have.
Thank you very much. That was great. Those are the foundations. The 3 whys are the 3 powers are the foundation of where we get started in this process. If you don't have a strong what power, why power, and then using that willpower, it makes it really, really difficult to go on and to build what you want. But the next step in all of this is structural tension. Structural tension is one of my favorite things to talk about, and anybody that follows me live has heard me talk about this before. But what is structural tension? Structural tension is where we are able to use what we want, use that want power, that willpower, to pull us to where we want to go. So when you're looking at structural tension, my best example of how to do it, looking at it, is it's like a rubber band. What we want is up here at the top. Where we are is at the bottom. And when we pull and we have some tension in between, this is that structural tension. So what I want is way up here. Where I am now is down here. And that pull, it's going to naturally pull me. What I want, my why power, my what power, are so strong that they're pulling me close to the top. So it's going to keep me on track. It's going to help keep me on track, up and up and up and up and up. But as we start to get slack, that's when we get lazy about things. That's where, when we get to the end of January and we've been pulled tight, and as things start to get better, things start to change, whatever it is, and it gets slack, and then we get lazy and we haven't created new habits. So we need to continue to raise that tension, to raise that bar as we go along in our journey. Now, how do we do that? So one of the key things that we like to look at is creating a structural tension chart. And in this booklet that you're going to be getting, that you will have access to at the end of this, we have this. This is something that you will have, how to create your own structural tension chart. And we do have a step-by-step and a blank one that you can actually fill out. But a structural tension chart takes you starting at the beginning. You're working from the bottom up. So you're starting at the bottom, your current situation. So in this example, the current situation is, I'm out of shape. I used to love running, but now I can't even run a quarter mile without being winded and exhausted. I miss feeling like I'm someone who is in shape and taking care of myself. So you give as much example, as detailed examples as you possibly can. Dig deep to figure out really what your current situation is. Then up at the top, you create your goal and your vision. You figure out where it is that you want to go. Here, this is with our rubber band. Exactly what I was talking about. Down here is where you are. All the things that you want to change that you're not so happy with. The top is where you want to go, where you envision your life going. This can be health and wellness. This can be finance. This can be school. This can be anything that you can dream of. This same concept works. Up here, all the way up here, where is it that you want to go? And then those centerpieces are, what are the steps you're going to have to take to get there? And you want to be as exact as you possibly can and as thorough as you possibly can when you start thinking of those steps. And one of the things that I teach people to do is and we all do, one of the big principles of our whole program is live in the future, act in the now. So you close your eyes, you envision where you want to be. Shannon gave some amazing examples. Say you want to be on that cruise in November 2020. Close your eyes, picture yourself on that boat. Where are you going? What are you wearing? Who's with you? As clear as you can get it. Paint it all out. Paint it in a picture. Write it as a book. Write it as a story, whatever it is. Clear, clear, clear in your mind. Exactly all the details. That's going to go at the top of your structural tension chart. And as clear as you can be at the bottom, everything that's holding you back down here. And then what are those things that are going to have to happen throughout over the next months between now and November 2020 to get you on that boat? And what's going to get you on that boat and what's going to get somebody else on that boat are going to be very different things. You have to be very real with yourself. What's going to do that? What are those steps going to be? And this, again, is where community comes in, because sometimes we try to create our own structural tension chart and we can teach ourselves anything we want. Crazy, drunk monkey in the back of our heads can tell us all kinds of crazy steps of why, or can tell us why all the steps in the middle aren't going to work. But when we reach out, when we lean into support, when we lean into community, that's where we can build reasonable steps. Or are these steps really possible? Do you have a cheering squad that's going to help you get there and people that are going to support you to get you there? A structural tension chart is so, so, so important if you're trying to build new goals. Without it, you're setting up an idea, a dream, and a goal without a vision, without steps, is just a dream. And that's what we're trying to help you prevent from creating this year, is just a dream that at the end of January, you come to us and say, I didn't do it. I've already fallen off. We want you at the end of January to come and say, I'm rocking my goals. I'm rocking my vision, and I'm on my way to where I wanted to go. Next up, we have an amazing share. I want to share with you. I want to introduce you to Rebecca. I'm going to pull Rebecca up and just pull Rebecca up and share her amazing current picture. Oop, I lost Rebecca. There's Rebecca. Oop, here we go. We're getting you in here. Sorry, guys, technical difficulties. I'd like to introduce you to Rebecca, who has an amazing story that I'm going to let her take over and tell you her story, where she's at, and how awesome she has done in the last 6 weeks using some of these same goals and these same tools.
Okay, hi everyone. My name is Rebecca Kornblum. I'm 20 years old. I'm 5'10", and when I started my journey, a short feels like forever ago, but 6 weeks ago, I weighed in at 221, and now I currently weigh in at 202. I started my journey 6 weeks ago because I was having shortness of breath, really low self-confidence. None of my clothing was fitting me. I wasn't sleeping well, and I just felt all around down about myself and my level of productivity and success. I decided that it was time to do something about it, and I had to bring about real change. Otherwise, things would progressively get worse. And I didn't want myself to be in that situation. The reason I reached out to my coach and why this program is different from other programs that I've tried before or that I've heard about is because it really encompasses all different areas of our lives. And it's really allowed me to set goals beyond the ones I started with, and realistic ones as well. As you can see next to my picture, there's a chart that I made for myself, and I started it with my starting weight, and at the end, it has my goal weight. And each pound that I lose, I cross off a box, and it really motivates me because when you see not only where you started with, not only where you started, but also where you want to go, but the process. This isn't just about, where I started and where I want to be, but it's the journey, how I get there, that also really matters. So in the past, weight loss has always been a number on the scale, but my mindset has made a 360 since I've started this program. It's really incredible. I've been on it only for 6 weeks, but I'm a completely new person. And I've really learned that health is made up of different components and each affect another. I also want to share 3 tips that have been helpful for me and maybe could be helpful for you as well. So the first one is to set realistic goals that you feel confident about reaching. I know I've tried to set so many goals in the past, and I try, and then a few days later, it's like all thrown in the garbage. But really, we have to set goals that are realistic so that we won't get so overwhelmed. And like Leslie was saying before, we can envision ourselves there. And it's so important to be real with ourselves, not just other people, but very much with ourselves. The second thing that I would like to share is, it's actually the second quote on the chart. Recognizing how far you've come and not just how far you still have to go, which is what I was saying about, how important the process itself is. And we need to work on self-motivating and not self-destructing. I feel like a lot of people are, very hard on themselves, and you don't give yourself enough credit for how much you actually are doing and how much you are succeeding. And the last one is to share your success with your coach or your friend or your family. When you put your focus on the positive aspect of things, you'll start to also feel more positive, and it also holds us more accountable. So yeah, I'm excited to see where this journey takes me, but it's been a really great beginning.
Thank you so much, Rebecca. Your story is so, so, so inspiring, and I can't wait to see where this goes. And you'll have to come back to one of our future webinars and update everybody, because I can guarantee in a couple of months, you are going to be, at your goal, and everybody's going to be back cheering you on some more. So congratulations. That is awesome. You're welcome. And next up, we are going to learn about how to create SMART goals. Many of you have probably heard about SMART goals before, but this is the key to putting all of this into place. So I am going to bring on Karen and Hannah to teach you all about SMART goals.
Hello again. So I wanted to talk to you a little bit about getting started with SMART goals. SMART goals are a certain kind of goal that are really going to be important to helping you reach the goals that you set for yourself. When setting goals, we use SMART goals because they will give us the criteria to be a guideline that can be used to describe our goals in enough detail to help us monitor progress toward achieving them, and so that we can actually get to that end result that we want. So I'm going to start with the S, which stands for specific. And when you're setting a goal, you want to make sure that you clearly describe exactly what you want to achieve. This helps you to establish your priorities for decisions and how you're going to spend your time and what actions that you're going to take. So being really specific is super important. The M stands for measurable. Goals need to be quantifiable so that you will have a definite way of tracking your progress, and to know if you have achieved your goal or not. And you want to be able to tell that you're moving forward and by how much you're moving forward so that you can make adjustments along the way. But having that measurable, making the goal measurable is really important to do that. And it helps you can be motivated to keep moving towards the goal you're trying to achieve.
And A in the goals, A is achievable. This is something that would be agreed upon and it's attainable, something you could do and that you are able to complete. R stands for relevant, a goal that is reasonable, that it makes sense, it's realistic, and it's resourced and results-based. And the T in SMART stands for time-bound, time-based, time-limited, time-cast, and limited, and also timely. Those are some things that you look for in creating your SMART goals.
Thank you. That is fantastic. And in the ebook that you will be getting at the end of this webinar that you'll be able to request, we have pages exactly walking you through how to create your own SMART goals. So it's going to be really helpful. You don't have to remember everything that we've said here. You don't have to screenshot all of our slides because we have those tools coming to you. You're going to be able to request this free ebook this evening. So thank you, ladies. That was super informative and really helpful. And next up, we have our next share, Joe. I'm going to bring Joe on and introduce Joe. Joe, I don't know where Joe went to. Joe is here. Look, he's not adding into the stream. I don't know why he's not coming into our stream. Where is Joe? Here is Joe coming into there's Joe. Hello, Joe. Sorry about that, some technical difficulties. Joe has had an amazing weight loss. He has lost 30 pounds and had it off for almost a year. So I'm going to step out and let him tell you all his story.
All right. Yeah, I started this journey, I guess, back in the summer. So it hasn't, I don't think it's been a year. It was, now I'm losing track of when it was. But anyway, I started on the program because I just wanted, I saw my mom actually, who's a coach, lose weight and keep it off for a long time. And then my dad did the same. And so that was really motivating to me to see my parents who, had struggled with weight loss for a long time, be able to do something like that and not just, gain it all back right away. So that was a big motivator. I also just wanted to be healthier. I have a family of my own and I wanted to be around for a long time. And my doctor was concerned that I was moving towards being pre-diabetic. So I just really wanted to make changes in my life. And so, yeah, I stuck to the program. I found it fairly simple. And, as a busy working parent, it was not super hard to stick to or to do it. And as I saw results, that just made it more motivating to keep going. And so it's really been helpful too, just to kind of show me other areas of my life that I can take the same approach of forming habits. So ever since this school year started, I've been going to the gym just about every day in the morning before work, or if I don't make it before work, I find another time to go. And my goals around health have just really changed as far as not being just a number on the scale. So like I've gained some weight back, but I've also been lifting weights and going to the gym and stuff like that. So I'm more looking at it like, I monitor my weight, but I'm looking at it more like, how do my clothes fit? How do I feel? What's my energy level? Things like that. So it's really been mostly just a change in my mindset of, and I think it's helped me to realize that I can stick to things and set a long-term goal and accomplish it. And, that's just transfers to a lot of other areas of life for me. So it's been good. I just try to, just like anything, I try to go one day at a time and make good choices. And if I don't make a great choice, then I just start over. I don't let it destroy all the progress that I've made. So it's been good. And my mom's my coach, so that's been it's easy to talk to her, obviously, and we talk a lot, so that's been good too.
Great. Thank you so much, Joe, for sharing your story. And congratulations on your huge success. Your mom is an amazing coach. She's one of our Rockstar team members who is part of behind the scenes helping to create tonight's event. So congratulations. And you are truly living the habits of health. You got yourself to a healthy weight, and it's finding the balance, and it's adding new things in. And so we're all really, really, really excited for you, because you are truly an inspiration to all of us. So thank you so much. Thank you for coming on and sharing and inspiring others as well to say, okay, I can do this too. A busy teacher, we can all do this. So as we wrap up this evening, we want to thank you guys for joining us. And we want to offer you some amazing more resources if you are ready to create your best you. You can go on to our website, healthyholidayliving.com. It's the same website we used for our last one. You can still request the holiday cookbook if you did not, off of our last one. If you did not request it, you can still request the Healthy Holiday Cookbook that is on that website. We also now have a spot where you can request the ebook that will have all the tools and more that we've talked about in tonight's webinar. And it will teach you how to create your own structural tension chart. It will teach you how to write your own SMART goals, along with a whole variety of other tools that we're giving to you. Plus, as we've talked about throughout this webinar, the power behind all of this is having a support system, is having a community, is having people that you can do this with, they can do this with you, and to hold your hand and to build you up. And so because of that, because we know that this is the case, we want to set it up that everybody can have a healthy community, can have a way to tap in and to have people cheering you on, no matter what your goals are. It doesn't matter what program you're doing. If you're doing our program, if you're doing some other program, if your goals have nothing to do with weight loss, none of that matters. We are creating a group that is called Building a Better Me, and it's a Facebook group. You can search for it. Here's the URL is right here. It is www.facebook.com/groups/Building a Better Me 2020. You can join in that group, be part of it, and we are going to be giving tips and tools and resources to be helping you create your best self, to be giving you things. We only had 30 minutes tonight, and we're a little bit over because we had some technical difficulties getting started, but we only could give you a small smidge of what we have to offer. And so here we are ready to give you so much more over the next few weeks as we're getting ready to start to launch your resolutions for January 1, and then to take you through, because we want you to get to the end of January and still say, I am rocking my plan, whatever it is, whatever it has to do with. And when you get to the end of February, I am still rocking it, because like I said in the beginning, it takes 66 days to create a new healthy habit. So we're going to give you those support and those tools to make sure that you have the best chance possible to get there, and that we all have it and we all do it together. So I hope you have a wonderful night. Please give us feedback. We would love to hear what you thought of tonight's webinar. Our plan is to continue to do these once a month. Hopefully you will like them. So if you did, please reach out to the coach or the person whose timeline you saw this on. Let us know what you thought. Let us know what you would like to hear as the next topic, because we are building it and we have a lot of great things coming down the pipeline. So we will see you guys very soon, and please reach out to any coach that you see this from, because we would all love to help you. Have a great night. Bye-bye.